Hey everyone, good afternoon, and thank you for joining in. I know this webinar is scheduled for a post lunch slot, but I'll try to keep it as interesting as possible so that most of us don't doze off during the webinar. The topic that we've chosen this time is very, very interesting. It's the new and upcoming thing in the market. Everybody's talking about it. Every conversation you have with your friends, with your colleagues, some or the other conversation segues into AI. So we are definitely going to talk about a lot of what does AI actually mean, what are these AI agents, and specifically the topic for today is AI agent architecture. We'll specifically focus on some high growth beauty brands. Now, for the people who have joined in, and we'll begin shortly. So, let's dive into the webinar today. Our topic is AI agent architecture for high growth beauty brands. Now, a little bit about myself. My name is Swadha. I actually work with 500 plus D2C brands across the globe. We enable AI agentic experience for all of these brands. We try to optimize for their end users. We try to optimize for their teams. We have global brands with us like Durex, Travel Pro, Juice Beauty, Overtone, and so many more. And personally, I really love dogs. I have a dog called Cookie. She's an adopted indie, but she's adorable. When she came to us about 2 years back, she was, I think she weighed about 12, 13 kgs, extremely underweight, malnourished. And now she weighs about 25 kilos. I think the vet says that she's overweight, but I'd like to feel and I'd like to say that I think it's all love. But any of you are dog people or cat people on the webinar, just drop in the chat if you like dogs or if you like cats as well. So I'll know that how many people are sort of resonating with what I'm saying. Meghna says cats. Yeah, I love cats and I'm allergic to cats. But yeah, cats are adorable. Preetham is my, of course, Seema and Preetham are my soulmates then. Yeah, I absolutely love dogs. And yeah, dogs all the way. Actually, I love all animals. I also have this dream of actually going to one of the safaris and meeting all kinds of animals and petting them. Although you're not allowed to pet wild animals, but yeah, okay. Now we'll go back to our topic of the AI agent architecture, and we'll talk a little bit about what is the AI agent architecture today and how can you enable it for your own brands and benefit from the same. So first, before we dive into that, we need to understand what is the ecosystem today and what does the ecosystem look like within agentic commerce in the beauty brands. So today you have multiple teams that manage multiple channels. For example, there would be a social media team that's managing your Facebook and Instagram. There is a website team that specifically manages your web, the customer experience team that will manage your website, your application, etc., the user experience overall. There will be a separate team that will manage the support, or the customer experience team itself manages the support, the queries, and the questions of your end users. So you need about like 3 to 5 teams to manage all different channels of communication with your end users, and not just the communication, but any touch point that you have to create, whether it is outbound or inbound. There is a team which is sitting and managing these queries across multiple channels. With the agentic layer, the brand agentic layer, you can actually have just one layer, one base layer. Consider it as the foundation of a building. So you have one foundation of the building, and you can create multiple agents on that agentic layer. So you can have one agent that manages social media for you. You can have one agent that manages support for you. You can have one agent that manages all other conversations with your customers for you. The idea is the foundation remains the same. And on top of that, you can build a multi-story building. And each floor essentially serves like a different agent that solves for a different purpose. Consider this as, say, for example, Ambani's house. where the foundation is the agentic brand layer. One floor is for parking, the other floor is for kitchen, the other floor is for yoga, the other floor is for bedrooms, and each and every floor serves a different purpose. And this is how, and in totality, it is one single unit working together to ensure that all the people who live in that house are serviced well, all their needs are taken care of, and everything runs seamlessly. So this is what the brand's agentic layer is like when you deploy an agentic commerce. So that's the base of it. Now, the most important question, what exactly is the agentic layer? As I said, it's like the foundation of building all your agents on top of it, but I'll try to simplify it for you all. What is the agentic layer? So for that, we need to understand the architecture a little bit. Please don't feel that this is very difficult. I'll explain it in a very simple way. This architecture is very, very simple to understand. What does the AI engine do and what feeds into the AI engine? So, right now, we will not look at the AI engine. First, we will look at what are our data sources because, and I might be reiterating this statement a bit more in the webinar, but we all know that AI is only as good as the amount of data or the quality of data we feed into that particular model. So we know, right, from our experience with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, this, that, every LLM that we would have used, the more we train it, the more data we feed into it, the better it gets. And the responses get a little bit more aligned to what we are looking for. So first, we have our brand data sources. It could be anything, right? It could be the purchase routine of your customers. It could be any engagement from socials. It could be the skin or the shade profiles. It could be product catalogs, the profile of your customer, the birth date of your customer, the first time they purchase something from your brand. It could be an anniversary date. Anything and everything essentially then becomes your data source, and the support tickets, etc. All of this goes into the memory layer because these things are then saved somewhere, right, for the commerce agent to understand. So this is the commerce knowledge and the memory layer that saves things like your order history, your SKUs, your inventory, your subscription management, shipping, delivery details, the behavior of your customers on your website, the discounting, loyalty programs, all of that. So you have data sources which are then stored into a memory layer because these data sources then feed into different actions, right? The order history, the actions that the customers have taken on our website. All of this is then fed into the AI engine. That is one bit of it. Now, the AI engine essentially has multiple ways to work on it. So, number one is intent detection. What AI does is by asking questions or by trying to understand the kind of questions or conversations your end customers are typing on the chat, it understands or tries to understand what your intent is and then accordingly tries to map with the user's requirement. So, for example, if I go on a website and then, in a chatbot or an AI bot, for example, I go and type that I'm looking for a gift for someone and I don't know what to buy, I don't know what to gift. Then AI asks a few questions. Now, here the AI understands what the intent is. The AI will try to understand what the budget is, what is the gift we are looking at. Is it for somebody? Which age group is it? What gender it is? Who are we trying to give it for? Is it somebody who's a friend? Is it somebody who's a colleague? Is it somebody who's like a partner? Anything at all, right? So AI then tries to understand these intents based on the data that you fed. Then we talk about the retrieval. The AI engine then understands the retrieval. Basically, it will pick out the data based on the intent of the users. Then it will do a tool calling, and we will talk about tool calling later a little bit. So right now, just take it as a term, and later we'll deep dive into what is tool calling. It's nothing but the association of the AI or the connection of the AI with the tools that you currently use. Then we have personalization and guardrails. It's very simple. So if you see, the AI engine is extremely simple. It will just identify the intent of your users. Based on that, it will retrieve the data that needs to be shown. It will call the relevant tools wherever required, wherever necessary. It will personalize based on all of this information. And within the guardrails that you define for AI, it's going to recommend products or recommend the next best action to your consumers. Now, with this, we also have, of course, we have a routine suggested agent. You can have a product recommendation agent. So in this AI engine, actually, you can build any number of agents that you have, but the core ones are essentially a routine suggester, product recommendation, order tracking agent, Instagram's beauty tutorial agent, and custom agent builder. Now, the custom agent builder is again a very broad agent where you can, train it to be anything you want it to be. It could be lead gen, it could be sales, it could be support, it could be anything. So you can give instructions, you can give a goal, and then you can give a success criteria, and it'll act like what you want it to be. And then you have, of course, intent classification logic that you have to define. What does the user mean? Because again, right, the AI is only as good as the data we feed into it. So we talk about what kind of intent, how do we classify the intent, how do we classify the product recommendation rules, how do we classify what is the behavior of the model, under what guardrails does it have to answer whenever it answers, what are the search rules, and what is the overall order handling behavior. This is the architecture of the AI engine. This is how the AI engine works in the background. This is that layer that we set as the base, as the foundation of all the agents that we are going to build on top of it. So now, the question is, how does it decide which agent to turn on and when? So we spoke about, having a foundation, and then all the floors are basically different agents serving different purposes for our end users. But the idea is that, how does AI decide that right now maybe I want it to be a product recommendation agent, or right now it should act as, say, for example, a skincare routine agent, or right now it should act as an agent that is trying to understand what is the skin type, understand what is the shade that that will be aligned with your skin type and your current skin tone. How does it decide which agent will be deployed when? Very, very simple. It's very simple. There is no coding, nothing required. It's called intent classification engine. It's very simple. In Manifest, you can just select the Manifest intent classification engine. You click on Manifest intent. You see that it says that Manifest can classify basically the conversations automatically, understand the intent of your users automatically. You don't have to put in any keywords, because again, putting in keywords would putting in the keywords are essentially, you are putting the AI in a box, trying to put AI in a box and letting it answer only within that box. But if you don't put AI in that box, the agent in that box, any intent of the user can be there. So there are multiple intents, right? So one intent could be that they want to make a purchase. One intent could be that they want to browse products. Another intent could be the user wants discounts. Another intent could be they want to track their orders. Another intent could be that they're really angry. They want to talk to someone, right? So it could be any intent. So AI identifies that. Manifest AI identifies that on its own without putting in any keywords. And you just have to describe the trigger. So for example, if somebody is angry, and so you can put in some words here that, the trigger would look like if a customer is saying that they want to talk to a human agent more than 2 times, if they're using multiple exclamation marks. All of these things then can be defined as one of the triggers for an intent, and then you train the AI to act a certain way. So number one, we classify the intent of our user by not putting any keywords, by just simply defining what kind of triggers can we get from our customers, and based on that, AI will identify the intent. How does it do that? We just saw that 2 slides back. Through the architecture, the data that we feed into it, based on that, it understands the intent of the users. The next step is, how do we build the agentic layer for my brand? So if I have to now create this, I've understood the intent, I've understood what is the architecture, I've understood that agents can do all the work. One agent, we can build one layer, and then the agents can be multiple, and they can handle different sets of work with outcomes, drive outcomes and conversions for us as well. How can I build it? for my particular brand. So first, you have to give it a name. So consider an AI agent as somebody you are hiring for your own team. If you would hire a person for your own team or any of the teams that you have, you would designate a position to them. So first you would want to give the position a name, right? That you're hiring somebody for e-commerce, you're hiring somebody for order tracking, you're hiring somebody for order canceling, specific work that you would want to define for this particular agent. So you have to give the agent a name, then you can define what it does. Now, if you equate it to anybody who joins your team, essentially you tell them what their day to day looks like, right? We all inform them that the day to day looks like where you'll have to do XYZ things. You have to call 5 customers every day. You have to listen to what they say. You have to collate that feedback and then you have to share it with the management. Now, imagine you are training an AI agent for it. So, in case of an order cancellation agent, you can just tell them that, okay, it helps the users to do seamless order cancellations within the policies of order cancellation that we have. So first is you have to give it a name, designate a position, and tell them what they're supposed to do. That's it. Simple. All words, no coding. Now we have to set up a detailed SOP for the agent because it should know what is it being designed for. You see some examples here on the left side. You need not necessarily put the instructions in the format that we've given, but this is an optimized format to give prompts for AI agents. Just a reminder, anybody who's joining the webinar today, we have a surprise in the end. It's a very good surprise towards the end of the webinar. So make sure that you stay till the end. It's going to be super helpful. It is related to AI agents and it does not come at an additional cost. So all of you will, I'm sure you'll appreciate it and you'll like it as well. So now, coming back, right? We set up the SOP for the agent. Consider this as, for example, defining the KPIs and OKRs for the person that you've hired to do a job. Once you hire a personnel, you clearly define that this is the outcome, this is what we expect, this is something that you're supposed to do, this is the action, this is the rule, this is how we are supposed to do it, these are the policies of the company. Same way, you have to define that for this agent as well in plain text. And after that, you have to put in some guardrails. Why are guardrails important? Because this is AI, right? It can adopt, it can adapt, and it can just basically, say things that probably you might not want to say it. So you have to define what kind of guardrails are important. So, for example, do not come up with any competitor pricing. You have to stay within the order cancellation policy because this is the agent that we are setting up for. Do check the policy, and if somebody does not qualify for order cancellation and still they are asking for it, like do not keep asking questions, right? So things like these, stop after third question, and things like these can be your guardrails so that your end customer experience is not hampered. It is as simple as this, just putting up some text prompts to train the agent, to tell the agent what it is supposed to do. Now, the last leg is the integration of tools. Now, if you have any tool, actually, we have open APIs that can get integrated with any tool that you have. So if your tool offers APIs for any specific use case that can be integrated, Manifest AI is capable of handling all those APIs. So you can integrate it with any tool that you'd like, Slack for that matter, any support tool for that matter, Zendesk, Jira, this, that, anything and everything, your shipping partners from where you can get the shipping data or order cancellation details, etc. So all of these things can be integrated. So all the tools can be integrated very well. Once you've done that, the last bit is do not turn on your agents without setting this up, because at the end of the day, it is humans who are talking to your agents, right? So we want to ensure that the experience is amazing. We have to set at what point does the agent hand over this particular conversation to a human or redirect this particular conversation to a human. The handover rules could be any. For example, as I mentioned earlier as well, if the customer says that they want to talk to a human more than one time or more than 2 times, then you can hand it over. If they are sharing any message with more than 1 or 2 exclamation marks, then you should hand it over to an agent. or a human agent basically, or if any other thing for that matter, that if they want to do a collab for that matter, if they ask about some collaborations, if they ask about some wholesale associations, etc., then you can hand it over to a human. So this is the guardrail also you can set, that at what point does the agent, your AI agent, seamlessly hand over the conversation to a human to take it forward from there. That's it, done. Once you do this, your AI assistant is about 85% ready. We recommend that with about 80% readiness, the AI assistant is ready to go live. And once this is done, you can, of course, now the thing is that for AI, you have to keep reviewing time and again to see what are some of the unsatisfactory responses, maybe change the responses, maybe check all the answers given are correct or not. We don't have to do this as a regular exercise, as a best practice, of course, we can, but then AI pretty much classifies itself what are some of the unsatisfactory responses where it did not have an answer to give to the end user. So once you do that, you can set up some other skills also, that if you want to train your agent to be a product recommender, in what shape or format do you want it to recommend certain products, how do you want it to share the best sellers, how do you want it to do some order handling, etc. So once that is done, your AI is ready to go live. Now, once you've set all of these things up, I want to show you one live example as to how does it look like on the website in the end state. So this is an example of one of our customers, Overtone. If you see on the right hand side, there's a widget that comes in. In that widget, there are some ice breaking questions. The widget opens up and the customer asks, how long does the color last on hair? And the assistant then answers that, this is the answer. And now, do you want to view a product, or do you want to view the product, or do you want to add this to cart? And if the user selects add to cart, the item will be added to cart directly. A few things that we need to see is, so number one, this can be put on any PDP page as well. This can be put on the home page. So you can define and decide on which page do you want to display the AI assistant. You can also have certain embeds, etc., that ensure that your customer's experience is seamless while doing the purchase. Add to cart also happens seamlessly from here itself. If somebody clicks on add to cart, they're not redirected, so the experience is not broken. Just the page on basically the page which is behind this window that you see right now, Overtone, then will become the add to cart page, and the customer can see that, okay, this is added to their cart, and then the bot can guide them towards checkout as well. So this is how it is trained to answer the questions. Now, with this, I will move to the surprise in the end for whoever has stayed till the end. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to give you an overview of the AI agent universe. How can you set it up? The one key takeaway that I have, and I'll quickly summarize what we've covered till now, is number one, what is the difference between AI and an AI agent? An AI agent's specific work is to take an action and drive something to closure. So that's very important. Whereas AI is only designed to answer a few questions. So answering an action are the differentiating factors between agents and AI. And to design an AI agent, it's very simple. You don't need coding. You can just put in a prompt. You can just define certain guardrails, and based on that, you can have an AI agent live for your own store. AI agents can be of multiple types, and they can handle multiple channels. They can handle multiple type of and diversity of questions. It could be related to orders. It could be related to exploring products. It could be related to discounts, loyalty, etc. For all of that, you can create an agent yourself very easily. Now, if you want to know how can you actually create this agent without doing the coding bit, just by prompting, the surprise gift that I promised at the start of the webinar is now. So we have a course which is free of charge, especially for the people who've joined this webinar and stayed till the end, that you can take to understand this AI commerce engineering and also become an AI commerce engineer. For this course, the link is now in the chat. So you can take you can copy the link, sign up now so that we know that, you were a part of the webinar and you're taking this course, and we can ensure that it continues to remain free for you. And you will be able to learn how to give better prompts, how to train your AI agents, how to make different AI agents based on different use cases as well. So this AI engineering program, very, very exciting program, something that we've done specifically for our webinar attendees, because you all are kind enough and gracious enough to give us your time. I feel most of you should definitely take this course, because number one, it does not come at any additional cost. Number two, AI and the agentic AI verse is basically the next big thing, right? The next decade, this decade entirely is going to be dedicated to AI, agents, and robotics. So it's important that we learn how easy it is to design our own agents. We also understand some of the nuances. Without coding, how can we be good at creating those agents? So that's about it. Hope you've taken the link from the chat and sign up for the course. And if you still have any questions, if you want some help, if you want to discuss anything, if you want to set up time with us also, a quick 30 minutes with us, there is a link in the chat where you can book the calendar slot. We can discuss your AI roadmap. We can help you plan your AI roadmap. We can help you plan what kind of AI agents will be suitable for your type of business and the customers that interact with your website and your products. So that link is also available in the chat. If you want, you can book a slot with us, and we'll be happy to come on a call and discuss everything in further detail. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. It has been a pleasure. And I hope I was able to give some clarity between AI agents, and how easy it is for you to set up those agents, and also how different agents can actually handle multiple work, just like an extension of your team, a person that you'd hire and train them to do a specific kind of work. You can do the same thing with the AI agents, and they'll be able to handle the work with action and with outcomes. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week. Weekend is coming soon. Hope all of us have good plans, and I will see you all soon. I'm Swadha from BIK and Manifest, signing off. Take care. Bye.